What is happening? Welcome back to the Packs Alive. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. The return of the monthly series Needle in a Wax Stack. And tonight we are heading the whole way back to the year 1993 and opening some of the once premium baseball cards, 93 Leaf, but not the first or second series, the update series, which was supposedly produced in much less limited quantity. I think they supposedly only made 75,000 boxes of Leaf Update, which, if you're familiar with the junk wax era, that is a pretty slim number in comparison to what they were cranking out. But we have Frank Thomas gracing the top of this box, and we're looking for his autograph in particular. In this series that I do every single month, we go back, we chase after these legendary cards that were very hard to pull at one point. I don't know the exact odds of the Frank Thomas. I do know that he signed 3,500 of them, though, and they're roughly about $100 to pick one up off of eBay, if that is your thing. But my thing here, and our thing, is to pack pull these cards, or at least desperately try to. And along the way, we may see some insert cards, Gold Leaf rookies, Gold Leaf stars, a Dave Winfield possible 3,000 hits inserts, and of course, a freaking Uncle Rudy, who I believe is Carlos Hernandez, that I swear looks exactly like our dear Uncle Rudy. So we'll pull the packs out. I picked this box up for, I think, about $20 off of Bronson Cody Brown, who seems to have a never-ending stack of wax. He's somewhat closer to my area, neck of the woods. He's in West Virginia. I'm in Pennsylvania, obviously, but he always has good prices and all kinds of random wax. So thank you to Bronson for the hookup on this. But I feel like they're around $30 or so if you buy a box of these on eBay. But you always got to watch out, make sure they're not bricked up. These ones actually feel very, very good. So Frank Thomas was the cover boy for this product. 110 card set, so, or series, I should say, very slim. So we're going to see a lot of repletes, hopefully a lot of duplicate Uncle Rudies for the PC, and a freaking Frank Thomas autograph, hopefully. So Paul L. and Mike G. and everybody else, thank you all for being here. We got Craig Olay in the house. Man, I was a huge Frank Thomas fan as a kid. I ripped open a ton of these Leaf packs. I remember you PC'd Frank Thomas. I think you might have sold off most of your cards. Maybe you kept some of them, but I'm curious to know if you still have some. Van Poppel starts it off. Tony Tarasco, rookie. So we got a bunch of rookie cards in here, but they're not really anything that's really going to tickle your fancy to the point, well, you know, you get where I'm going with that. Chris Hammond, Mark Newfield. We got Brian Smith in the house, but 93 Leaf was so awesome in comparison to their dull 91, 92 releases. Just so freaking bland with all the gray. Now we have cityscapes, colorful, bright pictures. We got foil on there of the team. It's just beautiful looking cards in general. So there's Domingo Cedeno rookie card. Just what everyone wanted for Christmas back then, maybe. Dan Buford, Roger McDowell, but at least the cards aren't sticking together. But we apparently have a short print in the very first pack. Scott Kamiecki and the short print of Roger Pavlik. I don't know why it's flipped upside down, but it's kind of weird. You don't see that all too often in the junk wax era unless it's 91 Upper Deck or Upper Deck of that sort. Paul's 9192 Leaf Designs are trying to promote crippling depression. They definitely were very successful in promoting depression. Pat Henkin and Russ Springer. It's like he's ducking down, hiding from an atom bomb or something of that nature. Ducking under a desk, possibly. But very nice cards, and they don't break the bank, and that's what this series is all about. The chase of these autographs that typically you probably go buy for not much more than you buy a box for, but what's the fun in that? As a kid, I wanted to pull the insert cards, the rookies, and these legendary autographs, and I never really did. I don't think I've ever actually succeeded in pulling one of these chase cards. Mike Blowers, who's definitely a freaking omen. Bizza Rizza Jizza says, picked up a Leaf Frank Thomas rookie for $1 tonight. That's absolutely nuts, man. That's his most valuable rookie. Yeah, if I see that, anytime I see that for like less than like $15, I'm going to buy it. Like no brainer. I don't care how many of it I have. So I've already seen duplicates. Roger Pavlik is now on the Omen watch list. JT Snow is probably the most prominent and biggest rookie of this series. Back in 93, that was definitely a card that you'd probably punch somebody out to get your hands on. Got Mike Blowers again, Hickerson. James Reynolds in the house is a gang of Thomas, John. You have Thomas autographs? Like, I'd like to actually probably get the one from this set. There's that Russ Springer again. I'm gonna watch list with you, Russ. I'd like to go back and pick up these chase cards at some point, but then again, I wouldn't be able to pack pull them. I'd probably stop opening this product if I bought it. And we have Uncle Rudy on top of this pack. freaking sweet. Uncle Rudy has arrived in all his glory. Looks identical to our uncle, maybe I don't know, 40 years ago. Not 30, maybe not 40, but 30 years ago. When I was a kid, looked very similar to that. If my dad had a username and he was in here, I'm sure he'd probably agree to an extent about that. Chad Kruger, Fernando Valenzuela, donning his Orioles attire. It looks so weird on him. I think so, at least. We have an insert card. The first one, double-sided insert, all-star. Sheffield on one side. Who's going to take the back? Wade Boggs. And a lot of these 90s inserts, it's the cards, all the base cards may not stick together, but then once you come to an insert, for whatever reason, they always seem to have paper loss to an extent, in my experience. But Boggs and Sheffield, not bad. Eduardo Perez, Jose Vizcaíno. We do got a little bit of stickiness, so you got a little bit of paper loss here and there. It's kind of tough to see. At some point in life, I hope to solve that lifelong equation of bricked cards. There's a lot of people that have insight on that, how to do it. I've done it to success with certain products, but there's some that are very tough, like 93 per deck. It's very, very hard to salvage all the cards. Plus, you want an easy way to do it. You don't want to sit there and spend an hour on one pack of 93 per deck. At least I wouldn't want to. Paul says, got paper loss cards, 3 bros in a card store. Would like to know your location. Absolutely. There's Uncle Rudy again. I don't think we could put Uncle Rudy on the Omen watch list. Is he already on there, Paul? I'm not entirely sure, but I don't know if we can quite do that. And what the hell happened to Mark Portugal? That's awful. It's missing his face, but the war-torn Mark Portugal in the middle of the pack. What happened to those edges? Brutal. Don't see that all too often. Darwin Dickie Thon, who another YouTuber actually claimed he was a Hall of Famer, or thought he was at least. Paul's is probably going to be 10 Roger Paddock by the end. We'll probably put him on the Omen list, I imagine. Brent Gate shows up. 110 card series. There's a Matt Whiteside rookie card. I'm sure everyone was really wondering about that. But the only downside to opening something like this is that you worry if you do find the Frank Thomas that will it have paper loss. It's always possible, I guess. So we got Mark Whitten. Dickie Thon is a Hall of Fame name. I guess we should put Roger Pavlik on the Omen list if we've seen 3 of them already. Mike Pagliarulo with bulbous and pulsating jugular vein. Guillermo Velasquez, that's his rookie card. If anyone was really curious about that. Larry Anderson, Pennington. There's Jayhawk Owens, also a rookie, and a guy that I was probably stoked on when this card came out, more than likely. Mark Wohlers is another short print of Russ Springer, somewhere in some sort of the canyon, the crescent moon, possibly. Merker again, Trevor Hoffman shows up. It's a second-year Trevor Hoffman, and there's freaking Roger Pavlik. This is turning into a Raleigh Fingers Yak Packs rip, or 3 Bros. Probably more so Yak Packs because it's the same freaking card. 3 Bros has the same player in every single pack, like Mike Blowers. Strange blemish to this pack wrapper. Pushing Buns, what's up, man? How you doing? So hoping for more Uncle Rudy's and the Frank Thomas auto. Armando Reynoso. Lansing Raul Mondesi for Corey, who apparently is not in here. Big surprise there. Boomer Wells, as Corey would call him, though. And we do have a Gold Leaf rookies. JT Snow rookie Jeffrey Hammond is going to show up. Back in 93, that would have been a hit. You can really have a possibility of pulling, I think, 5 different Gold Leaf rookies from this series. Mike Piazza, probably the best one. But Jeffrey Hammonds, that definitely triggers the nostalgia because his stuff was on fire around this time. Aaron Seeley, probably had that in my PC back in 93. Kelly Gruber, a.k.a. Dave Collier, and Chuck Carr looks very sadistic in that photo. Chuck Carr would have went immediately into probably a snap-tight case back in 1993 because I was PCing him for some reason. I don't really know why. The PC is probably about 5 cards or so. Pat Kelly shows up. Pat Mears rookie card. Paul says, doesn't look like a real face. Chuck Carr, it really doesn't at all. Looks like it's literally animated. Mark Portugal missing his face yet again. Troy Lavallo. Trevor Williams in the house. This is 96. Roger Pavlik had a 4.82 ERA at the All-Star break, but 11 wins, so he was selected to the All-Star team. That's pretty interesting, man. I did not know that. Kurt Scanning rookie card shows up. Definitely do not remember that. I probably watched it not too long ago, though, honestly. Graham Lloyd rookie card, because I was watching... When I had the store running, there's a Tim Costo rookie, I believe. I was watching a lot of All-Star games, particularly 94 All-Star game. I feel like I played that on repeat quite a while because it was at Three River Stadium. And we actually went to Home Run Derby, and it was pretty sick. I'll never forget that. But 96, I know I definitely watched that as well while I was in the store. High freaking ERA, though, to be in the All-Star game. That's pretty wild. Chuck Carr looked like Kenny Lofton doing his best Willie McGee. It's a good way to put it. Kevin Higgins... Chris Hammond, but very nice cards, though, nonetheless. There's not really, in the base set, there's not really a whole lot in here, as we've already seen most of the cards. Willie Green, Tim Bogar rookie card. There's Henkin again and Roger Pavlik. So, Pavlik definitely a new omen if he was not already, Paul. He must be cemented on there forever. Finally, needles yet? Vince, what's happening, man? Good of you to join us. No needles yet. None yet. But we do have 2 Tony Tarasco rookies in one pack, and I'm not really too enthused about that. And I wouldn't have been back in 93 either. A little bit of stickiness here, but we do have an insert. So see what I mean about the insert sticking more so than anything else? Probably have some paper loss on here. Not too bad, but Alan Watson, so no Piazza. So these are every few packs from what it seems like. The Dave Winfield are basically 1 per box. The 3,000 hits inserts, only 1 card possible. Another short print, this time Pat Henkin. But same exact collation, bad paper loss there. Russ Springer, I'm getting real tired of seeing that Russ Springer, but he's now an omen. Now and forever. Keep thinking it's Ozzie Smith every time I see that Mark Whitten. So Whitten once again, Mike Timlin. Is that Mike Pagliarulo making me uncomfortable yet again? Paul L. putting him on the Omen watch list. 2 Mike Timlins, 1 pack. And Jayhawk Owens yet again. Mondesi, Merker, Hoffman, and wouldn't you know it, Roger Pavlik. To end the pack for the 7th time, probably. Constipated in Sin City. What's going on, man? Long time no see, man. Las Vegas. I've never been to Vegas. Maybe someday I'll make it out there. Denny Darwin. And another All-Stars, David Justice now and Joe Carter. You know, some paper loss. Not too shabby. Be nice to see a Thomas or Griffey insert from that set come out of here. Stalker, Harkey, and Doug Strange without his little scum stash. And Pee-wee is definitely available for appearance while I struggle on that pack wrapper. Let's bring him out. He just got back from the neighbors a few moments ago. And he reeks of cigarettes and maybe even something else too, which we'll have to talk about later with him. Yeah, not doing too well, as you can tell. But they both have Terminator smoking now. But I feel like he's kind of immune to any kind of smoking ailments, emphysema, etc. But yeah, people don't sound too good. He actually has increased the amount he smokes every day. Spends a good bit of time at the smoking neighbor's house. I haven't really tried to intervene yet because, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. I know Cherry's trying to help him out, but Cherry also smokes a bunch. So there's Klesko. Marcus Armah, definitely his rookie card as well. Kevin Ecke. Well, is any update on the Walmart gift card? I don't even know where it's at. I need to find that. I'm sure there's nothing on there. There's a 2nd year Vinny Castilla, just what everyone wanted. Does Arnie go to the neighbors? You know, Arnie's been over there a few times, but not very much. I don't think that they really cared for him too much, so they don't really invite him over there that much. Spanky LaValliere, Guidey, we're actually seeing some new faces for once. Klesko, Short Print, Pennington, Brent Gates, and Paul Quantrill. I think that's the first time we're seeing that in his box. Shane Hill says, who won the Biggio PSA 10? Nobody. No one freaking won the Biggio. I had two winners, the winner and the backup winner, and of course, again, no one claimed Biggio PSA 10. So I tried to do the giveaways, and no one. And I think the one comment was like, "Wow, man, I'd be so happy to win this giveaway," and then I just never saw him again. And this is the giveaway now. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to do the giveaway, but how it works, if you're watching this video, if you comment on any video that is a relevant comment, a sentence at least, regarding the video, then you have a chance to win PSA 10. This month is Jeff Bagwell. So we'll see how it goes. I feel like people kind of lost interest in it. So I've done it for several months now, and it's just like the last two, I want to say, no one claimed. Tom Glavine PSA 10 and now Biggio. Now I got a Bagwell PSA 10 from May, which I'll give away during the 90 Tops Rip on June 1st. So like 2 weeks from now. Just got a comment on any video. I pick them at random. Only one comment per person. That's all that will count. But some videos, I mean, if they only have like 12 comments on a live stream, then like, and I picked that one, you probably should give a better chance of winning, obviously. So I kind of did it in order to get some more traction, because the more people comment on a video, the more it gets put out there by the algorithm. So if a video has 12 comments, and then it's not really going to be seen. And most of the people that watch my videos watch it through like the YouTube homepage, or because it's suggested for them. I think it's like 60% of my video views are from people that aren't even subscribers, which is pretty wild. But I was trying to appeal to more people by raising the comment count, and that's why I decided to put some incentive in there. Give away something that people might want, to take 5 seconds to leave a comment and say, "Hey man, that box was really cool," or something like that. Wayne Kirby, Harkey, and Xavier Hernandez. So that's why I did that. But if it doesn't seem to be working, then I'll probably stop doing it, honestly. So we'll see what happens. We'll do it for another month and see what goes on there with that. Paul says Robin's Wax has 99.9% views from people not subscribed, from people he pays to watch his videos. Troll accounts, I guess, or bot accounts, I should say. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I've seen his numbers, and they're not real whatsoever. And you're definitely paying for views, because there'd be like 4 people in there or something like that. And then the next day, the video has 30,000 views. They have more views than my brother's channel. My brother has 155,000 subscribers or whatever, which is definitely some hanky-panky happening there. James Reynolds says, I would comment 100 times a video if you give away the 83 traded strawberry. I mean, that's one I might pick up here soon. If it continues and people actually like the idea of it, and it's putting the videos out there for more people to see, then I would totally do that. I mean, I probably wouldn't buy one graded. If I would, it'd probably be like a PSA 8 or 9. 10s are very expensive, but I'd probably buy one raw that looks nice, nicely centered. I mean, they're not too expensive. Typically, I keep the giveaway to around $30 to $40 cards. And you can pick up a lot of nice PSA 10s in the junk wax era for 30 to 40 bucks, surprisingly. So I was obviously going to probably increase it. I'm just trying to gauge and see if there's interest. There hasn't been a whole lot yet. Chris Gibbers has just got the Billy Ripken F-Face back and PSA 10 in it. Absolutely nuts, man. I'll take it raw. No Diddy. That's freaking crazy, Chris. Congratulations, man. So you sent that in from your PC and you got a 10? That is an awesome, awesome thing. Awesome feeling. That's a tough card to get a 10 on, I feel like. And it's very valuable, too, so congrats on that. Hoffman again, and, of course, Roger Pavlik. Does that surprise anyone? Paul says, does that mean that Ken Hill 89 Donruss is a future giveaway? I don't know if I could ever part with the Ken Hill 89 Donruss, but possibly part with the $2,000 Brian Fisher 88 Tops, or the $120 manager card of Roger Craig. Those may be, I still need to put a $120 price tag on that Craig. Those may be giveaway cards at some point. James wants the Red Pants Bass. I don't know if I can give that away either. Yeah, Leaf was awesome in 93. First time seeing Tim Salmon in this release. Jim Leyritz. So a couple of new faces, but I'm sure it will end the same way as it has been so far during this rip, with a freaking Roger Pavlik guiding the way. Hoffman again. And for once, it's somebody else. Paul Quantrill. Was the Bill Pulsifer? I'm not familiar with that. There's Uncle Rudy, though. Bill Pulsifer may have had like a Gold Leaf Rookies in here. Possibly. It is possible. Dickie Thon, some sort of little jig going on here. Mike Blowers, Whiteside rookie, and Xavier Hernandez. Lots of omens tonight. Lots of guys to the watch list. But, of course, Uncle Rudy will never be on those lists. He's exempt. But Abraham Lincoln is not. The big pull is the Frank Thomas autograph. That's what we're looking for. Number out of 3,500. And they're about $100 raw. PSA 10s are like, I don't know, about $300, I believe. Chuck Carr and that creepy animated face. Definitely CGI'd Chuck Carr's face onto that body. Paul L. Demany and Mike Walkton sighting. And we don't quite have the accessory that's needed for this yet. James R. It's the same last name. But the floating Mike Walkton in all his snow globe glory that soon will be forever rotating. You will see that if there's ever another mail day. Probably mail day on Monday, I think. Didn't have enough packages to do one this week, so if there is, then we'll do it on Monday. But I may axe that series after that. I'm not entirely sure. It may come to a swift end. Armando Reynoso, Mike Lansing, or I might just do it monthly. I haven't decided yet. Mondesi JT Snow rookie. 2 JT Snow rookies in one pack. That would have been freaking amazing back in '93. Kelly Gruber, yet again. Looks a little less like Dave Coulier, but maybe not so much on the back. Creepy Chuck Carr, yet again. So we're, halfway through the box? Close to it, I'd say. I sent the more cowbell Walkton. That is the eternal levitating Walkton. Graham Lloyd Klesko. Yeah, releases like this, they get real tedious opening an entire box because only 110 cards. So you're going to see the same freaking cards over and over again, like Paul Quantrill. Was Kelly Gruber one of the bad guys in Die Hard? But still, at least it's not 92 Leaf, and it's a very boring design. This at least is a little bit, I don't know, it's a little more nice to look at. Dave West, Laritz, Trevor Wilson, another insert card. We got Rhino here, as Corey would call him. Sandberg and Roberto Alomar. And they wasn't even stuck to the card behind it, but still has some speckles of paper loss. Regardless, Penny Sleeve Steve says, thanks to TPI for always opening the stuff no one else does. And I definitely pride myself on doing that. You probably won't see it anywhere else on YouTube. And if you do, then it'll probably be terrible, I would think, because I've seen it. And it's not really that entertaining when everything is inaccurate and everything else. Try to be as accurate as possible here. But it doesn't always happen, just most of the time. Blowers yet again, Joey Cora. Is that the first time seeing him? I feel like we hated Joey Cora when we were kids for some reason. Jeff Treadway is a new face. At least I don't recognize that from this box. Branson, Scott Bullitt, guy I was pumped on back around this time. Jamie said I'm not much of a Leaf fan. You know what? I wasn't really either until '93. Then I really liked them, but I probably like Leaf Limited more than I like Leaf back in the mid-'90s. It was so much nicer looking, but more expensive. '93 Leaf wasn't all too pricey when it came out. I think there was a little boost from the years previously to that, but it was still affordable as a young lad. Mike E.G. 4 packs away from the Thomas Auto. I hope that you're right. James Arnold says, Junk Wax Sal loves you but doesn't care for Eric. He got mad at me for calling him out on his lack of knowledge for new stuff. Yeah, Junk Wax Sal, I haven't seen him in a long time. I didn't know if he had some sort of problem with me or not, but he used to be around probably a long time ago now, years ago. I haven't seen him in quite a while. I come across his shorts a good bit when I'm cruising around on YouTube, etc. Jim DeShays. A creepy, sadistic look on his face. Jim Eisenreich always looks so intense. At least this time we got to avoid his bulbous jugular vein, but we still cannot avoid that heinous face. I guess the back. He's got like a 70-year-old neck on the back of him. It's like a Freddy Krueger neck. Come to think about it, I wouldn't be surprised if like And you could definitely play off of Freddy Krueger very easily. Very easily. Give me some Get Used to Prism. Yeah, Prism's definitely sparkly. I got some sparkly cards. It all depends on what you're in the hobby for, what you like. If you're jumping in the hobby trying to get a return on your investment, then I tell people to buy Bowman and keep it, hang on to it. But I feel like if you're gonna spend $35 on a blaster box, it's all a chance. Obviously, it's like playing the lottery. But I feel like Bowman can deliver a lot of the time a return if that's what you're in it for. But a lot of times, too, you open a pack of Bowman and have no idea who most of the guys are. Unless you are a super nerd and you are following minor league stats and everything else, which, no offense to you if you do that. That's not something I do, so I don't know who anyone is when they are called up. Some people are already really popular in the minors, and I don't really follow that so much. We got a weird blemish on this, where is that at? This Brett Boone. A weird blemish on the card. Somebody swashbuckled this at the plant back in '93. I'm obsessed with it. The oddity stack with you. It was interesting too because what was it recently? Brett Boone. No offense to Brett Boone. I got Brett Boone in my rookie box. His 91 Bowman, his only rookie card. But I thought it was funny because it was Rad Finds. The guy Rad Finds supposedly is he a former major leaguer? I heard someone say recently. But everyone talks about his videos being planted. Like he's buying all this crazy stuff from Shop Goodwill, which I remember going on Shop Goodwill 10 years ago and trying to find stuff. And like I feel like I had a better chance of finding stuff back then than I do now. Because I go in there now, it's like 99% junk waxed. And like everything is like $89 commons. And like, ugh, I don't want to bid on any of this stuff. So it's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack on that website. But he always finds like crazy stuff that's just like kind of unbelievable. Corey's not here, so the swashbuckling is going unchecked. It's kind of unbelievable because it's like crazy $200 cards, and like they're not even penny sleeved or top loaded or anything. They're just thrown in a freaking box. It's like that's weird that someone had these and didn't even, you know what I mean? Like you don't see a whole lot of comments in those videos. But that Brett Boone made me think of him because he has an Easter egg thing where he's going through cards and he picks out cards that like are, I don't know, they're like 10-cent or quarter box cards at any card show. He's like, all right, I'm gonna give this one away. All right, Derek Jeter Victory, I'm going to give that one away. It's like, wow, thanks, man. Don't overdo it. Giving away quarter cards. Major paper loss, I'm telling you, Tarasco. Only says, no way is Rad Finds buying that stuff on Goodwill. If he is, he's paying way more than he claims to pay for them. Yeah, I mean, really the one way to fix that problem is to show it. I know people have called me out for finding flea market boxes. And I've found boxes that are duds. I don't make videos on them because that sucks. I mean, there's videos that I have made that where you see exactly what I found just last week or earlier this week. We were going through filthy, stinky shoe boxes that didn't deliver all that much. There were some okay cards in there, but nothing crazy. There was no planted Mike Trout 2011 updates in there or anything else. And I found boxes that were pretty good that I paid $20 for that I found, you know, Griffey rookies and Clemens and stuff like that in there. Nothing insane, but I've had some good luck. You have to be in the right place at the right time. And I've also spent many, many hours and days scouring the tri-state area for things and found nothing. But that guy, he somehow always he has videos consistently, frequently, every a couple days or every week, and every one is it's a grand slam. It's weird. It's like no one has that good of luck buying stuff they've never seen before. Well, everything on Goodwill sells for ridiculous high prices. That's what I've seen on there. When I looked on there, I'm like, I don't even want to buy anything. Alan Watson is going to really succumb to paper loss. Let's see how bad it is. Wow, looks perfectly fine. That was very exaggerated. It was really well on there. I think he had maybe one video where he supposedly lost money. He buys a shitload or he's a poser. Maybe he buys a shitload. That very well could be. I don't understand the point of planting things. I guess if you're doing it for views. I've never done that. I pride myself on not doing that. That's why when I buy stuff, I literally will save it for like a week, sometimes even 2 weeks until I can do it with you guys for the first time. Because I would never want to plant stuff anyways because like I like the actual suspense factor. I like to go through and find something. I'll get excited if I find a Chipper Jones rookie that has crayon mark on it because it's cool, you know. You don't expect to see things like that in some of these boxes that you're going through that stink and have mites in them, but yeah, it's I don't know, it's weird. I don't see the point to it, but teach his own, I guess. If people watch it, then he will keep doing it. But I will never do that here. You'll never see that happening on this channel. You will see filthy boxes and everything else. Well, the time of our freaking lives going through them with disgusting fingers. Blowers again, Jeff Treadway. No sign of Dave Winfield. Bubba Sett said he doesn't factor in fees, so he loses more frequently than you think. I guess that could be true, too. Ron McDonald, so the Ron McDonald bowling cart was a plant. How did you know that? The Old Maid McDonald was definitely a plant, and so was the freaking beloved Red Vest restaurant that I've never been to, but I'm kicking myself for not being alive to experience. What the hell? Bobby Munoz looking exactly like Lawrence Fishburne. I don't know. I definitely see a similarity there, especially Lawrence Fishburne, Matrix Lawrence Fishburne. That is definitely him. That is 100%. Maybe not as much in the back, but it looks like Lawrence Fishburne. Lou Frazier, first time seeing that, so that's definitely an SSP. The case hit of the box is Lou Frazier. 175 Moises Alou rookies in a dirty red box. That's very true. Got a big stack of Moises Alou sitting next to me right now, and a filthy moth-eaten box that a lot of them came out of that I will treasure until my final breath. Filthy moth-eaten box. The big card, Leaf update. You know what? Now you say that, I thought the last one might have had that, but I bet you somebody took it out because this was not sealed. So at some point in time, maybe that was taken out. I think they did do that. Trevor Williams' Filthy Fingers of John Jeff. That should be a new series. I love that. I love that idea. I absolutely love it. Andrew P. hated that Topps traded box to death. Did he really? He disappeared too. Maybe we should put him on the Omen, or not the Omen watch list, on the abandonment list. There are so many names that we have to add to the abandonment list. Some people take like high offense to that. I don't know why. Like, all you got to do to come off of the abandonment list is to just come into the chat or live stream and be like, hey, what's up, guys? Or comment on a video, and it's like, oh, okay, there you are. Well, you're back. Here you are. We'll take you off the list. But some people think that, like, bans them for life. Mark Grace and Paul Mulder. I would like to have that my Mulder PC back in 95, probably. Mitch Johnson says, giveaway or not, we would all appreciate them if we won. We enjoy the content. You're one of the 2 card screamers I watch. Mitch, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you commenting on a lot of the videos. I see you always writing comments on there. That does a lot. That definitely helps the algorithm, which puts these videos out there for everyone to regret watching. McDowell and Dwight Smith shows up and Zet Pack. Dave Durango. Dave Durango is definitely on the abandonment list from like 4 years ago, something like that. I've seen Dave Durango in my brother's live streams, and he thought he was blocked on here, and I went and checked, and I'm like, you're not banned at all, or you never were blocked. There was no reason to ever do that. But sometimes accidents happen, and sometimes the wrong people get kicked out or whatever. So I double checked, and he's definitely not on that list. So did not see him again after that. But I like Dave Durango. He's a good dude. I don't know what happened or anything else, but he disappeared. Hope he's doing well, whatever he's doing. Mario Diaz, Dave Gallagher says some new faces show up. New field, Wilson Alvarez. Spanky Lavalier, who had a big TMNT collection back in the early 90s that I was envious of. Xavier Hernandez, Boot Pants says 93 Leaf, Flair, and SPX are my favorite 90 base card design. SPX definitely put out some awesome stuff. They most definitely did. We may be opening SP Championship here, I think, for the next Tournament to Clock Tuesday rip. I think we might open that. I come across a box that's like not super insane. It's relatively affordable, and they have 44 packs in a box, so each stack will have 11 packs, which is kind of enticing as well. It's a weird number to have for SP. I think it'd be like 24 and not 44, but I think we're gonna open that. And there's like I think there's a die cut card in every pack, maybe, or an insert in every pack, something along those lines. There's some cool stuff you can pull out of there. Laritz, Trevor Wilson, and we got a Larkin now. Larkin, and who is going to be the other war-torn insert? Larkin and Ripken. Not too shabby. So those are pretty easy to pull, actually. They're every few packs. Still no sign of Griffey, though. One mentions I'd be on the mailing list. I have no friends and I'm an orphan. You clowns are all I got. Well, we're glad to have you here. Wayne Kirby was real stoked on him around this time. Chris Haney, I don't really remember too much about him. I actually pulled the autograph in 93. That's pretty sick. What's your cardboard therapy rate? This is it. The cardboard therapy rate is commenting on each video one time. That's it. That's all I ask. Hanging out here for the debauchery and maybe leave a comment on the video. The mods over there get joy in blocking people, I feel like. Chris Gwynn. Pagliarulo. I'm not going to flip these upside down anymore. Do we really want to do that? I don't think we've seen them enough times already that we don't need to do that anymore. Burnitz. I don't remember seeing that in this release yet. I'm bidding on a pack right now. Hopefully we'll snag it for under $30 before fee. Brady, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And there is Lawrence Fishburne yet again. We have, what, 6 left. The final 6 packs of 93 Leaf. No sign of Dave Winfield, 3,000 hits. No sign of our beloved Frank Thomas. Is the Bijou up for auction? It probably will be the next auction. It very well could end up going on there. Paul's I miss Plow King Willie. We should bring him back. I brought him back and then he said something rude in a comment on a video, so I blocked him again. I've had a few people saying that. There was a... Usually, I used to like rebuttal people and like at least write a response to, I don't know if they're trolls or just people that are angry, but most of the time they leave angry comments on box videos. If I buy a box for 20 bucks and I go through it on a video, people get like really angry about that. Like, you got ripped off. Like, I really didn't get ripped off, but all right, if you want to think that. Roberto Mejia, Gold Leaf rookies, now shows up. But somebody left me an angry one today. It was a box I opened. I did a long time ago. I bought it for 20 bucks at a flea market in Altoona, and it was good. It was one I mentioned earlier: Griffey rookie, Bowman, 85 Fleer Clemens. There was a bunch of decent stuff in there. It wasn't anything crazy, but I forget what he said. He said I didn't know what I was talking about or something like that. I'm like, all right, I don't know what you're even referring to, but maybe he called me a liar that I didn't pay 20 bucks for the box. I forget what it was. But it was pretty hilarious. A bunch of keyboard warriors. They definitely come out here and there. Spanky LaValliere, Gaetti, Tim Lynn. Where's Roger Pavlik? We haven't seen him in a while, and I'm kind of upset about it. I'm having separation anxiety from not seeing Roger Pavlik in every single pack anymore. We got something else. It's Bonds, All-Star Bonds, and Puckett. Fortunately has his shirt on in this photo, unlike his 91 Score Dream Team card, which Nick West sent me a PSA 10 of long ago. I still treasure it daily. Roger Pavlik, spoke him into existence. Thank you for coming through for us. And Doug Strange. 3 packs left. Pavlik's dog syndrome. Paul Elsing, 311 Amber. The final 3. Snazzy looking pack wrappers, though, and cards. Something we haven't opened in like 2 years, over 2 years. I thought I opened one like 6 months ago, but I guess my telling of time is pretty awful. I think next month we'll open 2006 Topps Blaster, looking for the legendary card that you know I'm referring to. What the hell is this? Some sort of fool on here from the card in front of it. Lawrence Fishburne. The Alex Gordon in 06 Topps Walmart Blaster box, exclusive, basically. You can only find it in blasters that were sent out to Walmarts. So I got one of those. They've actually increased in price in the last year or so. But we'll open that so we can find the Alex Gordon error card. Card that shouldn't have existed to begin with. And then I still got a bunch of other stuff left over laying around. So Marquise Grissom, who's on the back side? I was going to say, I thought it was Griffey. Very nice. Griffey shows up in the second last pack. Griffey and Marquise Grissom. Very nice. We will take it. And like a serious lack of Uncle Rudy cards in here. I'm very upset about that. Thought we are going to see a lot more. Lawrence Fishburne's daughter. I've never seen her. I'll look that up. Like Chris Sabo's daughter is definitely a looker. Hard-hitting Mark Whitten. Paul L., what list did you start a few years ago? I missed out on that conversation. Paul L's cringe name thing. Yeah, Paul Sorrento's definitely on there. That's the main one I can think of. There's definitely a lot. Is the Alex Gordon card or the cut-up version rarer? The actual full card is the rarest one. The cut-up ones, they're still kind of valuable, but they're not as hard to find. You can find one that actually has the full picture on it, the actual card itself. Even like the cards your mom threw out of that card are pretty valuable. A lot of those cards your mom threw out are pretty valuable. Where's the freaking Dave Winfield at? Total highway robbery by Leaf. We didn't even get the 3,000 hits Dave Winfield. They're like, the odds are like 1 in 36 packs. We just opened 36 and there's no Dave Winfield. A crap load of Roger Pavliks. No Frank Thomas autograph. But does that really surprise anybody here? It really shouldn't. Another strikeout for Needle and WaxStack, but doesn't really bother me that much because it's all about the joy of ripping old packs, especially with you guys, and desperation trying to find some of these legendary cards. So next month we'll do 06 Topps, looking for Alex Gordon, and hopefully I'll have a video for you this weekend, a weekend recap or something. I may go to Rogers, Ohio tomorrow and desperately dig around looking for junk to showcase on here come this weekend for the weekend recap. So you guys freaking rule. Thank you all for being here. Hopefully I will see you all back in the next couple days. Have a great night, guys.